So it's pretty cold out today. I have a plan here today to get the return line into the tank. It was very hard to describe what I was looking for, which would be something like this. I had to braze the top, and I just brazed the bottom for extra security. It's going to come up from the bottom, and the top is going to thread down, and I'm going to put rubber in between there, because the gas tank's on the inside of the cab. I don't want the smell of diesel everywhere. And that's going to go right there. Now, to stop the shavings from falling into the tank, I have built myself a tool, which is a magnet duct taped to a wrench. And I'm just going to stick it through the hole and try to catch all the shavings. Okay, I'll show you. We'll see how that goes. Okay, I got the return line hooked up. And I ran a new steel line, just zip tied it to the old 3/8 line. I got my fuel tank sealant seal all there, connected down to rubber lines. I put a jug of diesel in it, and because I knew I couldn't catch all the metal shavings and I couldn't get all the gas out of there, so I actually mixed it pretty heavy. I did like almost half a bottle of each of these in there. It will help out because the motor, I just replaced the front seals in it and a couple other seals. I'll hopefully have her running here by the end of the day on her own. Okay, guys. So we got her running. A little bit of smoke. Just to show you guys how easy she starts up now. I still don't have the grid heaters hooked up, but I just have it all wired in. I just have to finish it to the switch. Now, it is a little easier for me to prime my motor because my gas tank is so high up. So it is really easy for me to prime my motor with my manual prime down there when it runs out of fuel. I have not turned the fuel up in this yet. I'm all ready to. I just want to, way back inside there, the little brass piece, I just want to get a little bit farther before I do that. I'm just got it half filled with coolant, so I'm just trying to see how it's going for coolant and leaks and stuff, but for a first start, I'm not seeing, I think that's just, actually it may be a leak of coolant right there. Yeah, that looks like a coolant leak. But I'm not too upset. I'll just have to go get a new clamp instead of using the old crap. That one was too big. I just found that one laying in my shop. But yeah, it all went pretty good. Looks like another coolant leak right there. But I did spill quite a bit of coolant, but I can actually see it coming out of there, so that's not a spill, that's actually a leak. But that's okay, we'll get that going again. Just pull that out and do it. It ran pretty good, just burning off some of my paint. But just working on the grid heater right here. cummins.com gives you a very nice, this one actually has a pretty damn good photo. So it's coming along. We'll see how far I get today. I still don't have that intercooler pipe done, so I don't even have the turbo feeding into the motor. Okay, I got my drive shaft built. I ended up cutting about 3 inches out of it. I'm just looking around on the ground here for the piece I cut out right there. And I used a pipe wrap just to make sure I got a straight cut. Came off real nice. Straight edge on it. Measured down to the shaft to make sure it was square all the way around. Just a couple tack welds, and when I was done with that, fully welded. I started to build the bracket to hold my air cleaner. It's going to be welded right there. And then the air cleaner is just going to have holes drilled in the base right there, and then 1/4-20 bolts just ran through and stuff like that. I got the rad all filled. I got all the leaks fixed. It was just loose clamps. Grid heater's hooked up. Starts up no problem now. Hopefully I'll be taking it for a drive later on today. I'll, excuse me, get the tires back on, check this power steering to make sure it's got fluid, because I did put that box in brand new. I'll be taking it for a drive with probably no fenders, no hood, no turbo, because, excuse me, I don't have the turbo pipe yet. I'll have to build that one. Okay, guys. So got the intercooler pipe to fit. I had to bend my power steering and just kind of hit it with a hammer a bit right there to get to clear that. I got the air breather in, welded the plate on, put 2 bolts into it. I'm gonna go get a whole bunch of those cheap little bungee cords and drill holes into the filter and have like 3 or 4 of them just to hold that on there good. So I'm just about ready for a test drive. The only thing I got to do is bolt in the drive shaft, put the tires on, and bolt the shifter on, and I'll be ready for my first test drive. Just going up and down the driveway. I shouldn't go far, kind of thing, but yeah. So it looks like my plans of driving it today are out. This is the clevis for the drive shaft out of the back of the 4-speed, and this is the one out of the 5-speed. So that's the one that's in the truck now. They're the same distance from side to side, but the hole centers are different. And I just can't put this one on that truck because it's completely different. I'm not really too sure what to do here. I tried drilling the holes bigger on this one and pounding the old one in, but that's not going to work. What maybe could happen is I don't know, machine this piece off at the back, machine it off, cut it off, grind it off, and then do the same to this and slide that one inside that hole. Then just use the old one still, but I won't be able to get that nut on because that nut's huge. See, the size difference inside there is actually quite sizable. That one fits in, room to spare on either side. That one doesn't even fit down to the bottom on this one. So I'm going to have to talk to one of my buddies and see what's up. Maybe I can get away with just, like, the universal joint fits inside these. I just don't have the bands to work with them. It is a little bit smaller across the sides, but I can taper that in with brass too, right? But we'll see what happens.